why weed is illegal, or any substance. That at least grows naturally for that being. One of the reasons why it's illegal is because they make money off it. Not only by selling the product, it's natural, so kind of hard to sell something, especially weed that grows everywhere. It used to grow everywhere. They burned it all down. Hence why it's a weed, because it used to grow everywhere. Anyways, they make money not only by selling the product, but also jailing people for using it, selling it, just having it. So they also make money for petty charges and throwing them inside of jail. Or also just for having it, or having items that could relate to it, aka paraphernalia. Also, what some people fail to realize about drugs is the fact that this fucking train's coming. It's gonna be a lot of shit. What they fail to realize is the big people, which this ties in something else too. The big people who have all the drugs or have majority of the drugs, they don't arrest them or do anything to them most of the time, and pretty much all the time. The reason being is because there's too many small people. Why arrest one big person when you can arrest a bunch of small people and give them a bunch of mediocre fines? They would never arrest the big person because they can get a bunch of smaller people, and that would take away the fun of it, to be honest. Going after the big guy, then it would be all pretty much be over, where they can keep manipulating on the poor people, or the majority in that case, and just get all these other people instead of one big person. I don't want to cut this into 2 videos. Another reason though, you gotta understand, all the drugs, they let these people come through with them. That's how they come through. Very rarely, and they're smaller people, not the bosses, the big people come through and get away. try to yell because this train's so fucking loud. Sometimes it hurts to laugh so hard. I don't know if we're gonna cut the video and edit it, even though that was, I don't want to say annoying, but I guess a longer break. But I also personally don't like videos where you see people ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba. But it usually goes like da 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 da. They're making cut scenes. Cause I like pauses in my video and they be calm about it. No, me personally, I don't want to see rapid fire. It's kind of annoying. Anyways, as I was getting on, we'll recap real quick. One, it's a money thing for any drug, especially the ones that grow naturally, and along with throwing people in prison and making more money off of that. And also they just want to be able to control it, so even if it was legal, any substance really, it wants to be under their supervision, their control. Under their circumstances. Two, like I said, they want people well, it's still one, I guess. They'd rather attack a bunch of a bunch of the majorities that do small things than get the big minorities, because there's more of the smaller people than there is big. That way they can tax more of them and get more small people and create bigger mayhem instead of going after the big people. So I guess that all ties into one. Two, they just don't want you to use it. There's reasons for that. You might go against them in opposition because it could open up your mind and they don't want that. That's one of the reasons. Two, they think it's bad for you, regardless of why, a study, because someone told them, or they just don't have no clue. And three, they just don't want you to use it. Like I said, for whatever reason. And that's basically why it's illegal. I mean, most of the stuff grows naturally. So it's in a pure form. It's kind of crazy to make something illegal or taboo that grows naturally and it's right there. And for the other fact, which this is all opinion to the most extent, it could open up your mind, and they don't want that. They may know that, they may not. But it also has medicinal effects. Definitely some of them do. I mean, the herbs, every herb on the planet has an effect for something. That's why they're here. And these ones, I don't know why they pick these ones. But all of them, even any medicine, no matter what medicine you're looking at, derives all of its medicinal properties, even the pharmaceuticals, they all derive from plants. All of them. There's no questioning about it. So that even puts it up to more observation. Because every one of them, even some of them, you only need little bits of amount. And they all have different things that they do. And like I said, they want to make money off it. And they just don't want you to use it. They would like to be in control and have power. So it's really illegal for their own good. You can take what you want from it. But you gotta realize, though, they control it all. The big people, like, they already have it. That's the thing. They already have. Because if our medicine comes from farms, if the pharmaceutical medicines that treat us, that they have, and pills and whatnot, come from these plants, then they already have the plants. It's not like there's some big drug dealer out there that they don't know about. They know about it all. The case is it'd be impossible. They know about it all. Yeah, a few people can slide a few things through, but the borders are so strong. Every which way, they know what's going on. especially to bring such big cargo through. Of course, they're gonna let some people slide. But I'm talking the real big people, they're gonna let them slide. Definitely. Most easily and memorable. Although there probably is gonna be a few people that actually get away with it without them knowing, but that's few and far between. The smaller people that do get away with it, they have such a small load, and those are the people they would like to go after, but it's their choice. Sometimes they don't care, and sometimes they do. So then you're really playing your cards when it comes to that. But just know already it's in most of their control. And they use an illusion to fight with yourself. That's what they do. They just fight with ourselves, make us fight ourselves. That's their whole thing. Drugs really aren't bad, which is actually kind of interesting. I don't want to say they're not bad, but everything you do in life is going to have a consequence, which I found real interesting. A book which actually made a lot of sense, and I just read it. He was talking about, if you climb a mountain, there's a danger you falling. What's that have to do with drugs or substances? Anytime you do anything, there's always going to be a consequence. So saying drugs are bad, it's just like saying climbing a mountain's bad, or driving a car is bad, because there's always going to be a risk. Life is made for a risk. That being said, I don't think, unless you want to, you should go do a drug that's a super high risk. And there definitely is differences, and it varies between everybody. But there's always going to be some type of risk involved doing anything. That's almost the point of life and what the excitement is, and adrenaline. So there's always going to be that factor. So drugs really aren't bad. A lot of people are just brainwashed, which I could see why, and you probably could see why too. Especially them doing propaganda. And drugs naturally help a lot of people. Some people, they actually do a lot of medicinal things, and some people would do them recreational. Hope this video expanded on some